Sweet children, your present birth is your most valuable birth. It is in this birth that you have to make effort to become pure and to become deities from ordinary human beings. So this birth is very, very valuable, and we have to make effort to become deities from ordinary human beings. Question: what main virtue do those who call themselves the children of God imbibe? We call ourselves the children of God. So what is the main virtue that we should be imbibing? Answer: they live with each other like milk and sugar. They never become like salt water. Body conscious human beings talk about wrong things and continue to fight and quarrel. You children must not have such habits. Here you have to imbibe divine virtues and reach your karmatit stage. So Baba has given us an aim today, whole day, what we need to do. The vision in front of us is karmatit stage, and to reach to that vision, Baba has asked us to be like milk and sugar. No fights, no quarrels, and only imbibing divine virtues. Om Shanti. So let's listen to the essence of Dharna now. Well, at the end of every Murli, we wish Baba loveful remembrances. Baba wishes us loveful remembrances and good morning. And then we all together wish Baba loveful remembrances and good morning from all us, the children. And then there is the essence of the Murli. So in the end, it is like, to the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and let all our spiritual children say namaste to spiritual father. Essence for Dharna. First point: examine yourself and ask, how long do I stay in the remembrance of Father? Now what we need to check. First point, that how long do I stay in remembrance of Father? It's not whether I remember him or not, but it is how long do I remember him. Second, to what extent have I imbibed divine virtues in me? Third, are there any defects in me? Are my food, drink, activity, and behavior royal? Do I talk about these useless things? Do I tell lies? Second point, in order to increase your chart of remembrance, practice considering yourselves to be souls. Because Baba said, no, first point to check is how long I remember him. So the length of his remembrance is dependent upon first the foundation, and that is practice considering yourself to be souls. Brothers, stay away from body consciousness. Make time to make your stage constant and stable. Blessing. May you have the blessing of the same applies to you. The Hindi word is tatatvam, So may you have the blessing of the same applies to you by bringing time close with your stage of being equal to the Father. One is that the time teaches us, and one is that we are prepared before time. So Baba says that may you have the blessing of the same applies to you by bringing time close with your stage of being equal to the Father. And the explanation is, to finish any consciousness of I means to remain stable in a stage equal to that of the Father, and to bring time close. When you feel some ownership of your body or any position, there is a percentage in equality, and a percentage in means, that means there's some difference. There's a percentage in being equal to Father, and a percentage means a defect. Those with such defects can never become perfect. In order to become perfect, constantly remain merged in the love for the Father. By constantly remaining merged in love, you will easily be able to make others equal to yourselves and equal to the Father. Bab Dada gives his lovely children who remain merged in love the blessing of the same applies to you. Tatatvam. Slogan. Give regard to one another's ideas and your record will become good. Give regard to one another's ideas and your record will become good. So Baba has asked us in this Murli today, throughout the day, to examine ourselves. It's like doing our SWOT analysis: strength, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and then converting our threats into our strengths and our threats into our opportunities, right? So what do we need to examine? Just so start doing it now only. Let's start doing it now only. So let's sit back straight and just take a moment and pause back and see yourself yesterday, throughout the day. How long have we sat in the remembrance of Baba? How long did we sit the whole day yesterday in the remembrance of Baba? Just reflect upon your day yesterday and examine yourself. Was it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes? It's like whenever you sat in remembering of Baba and remembering Baba, how long was I focused only on him? It's maybe, I sat for half an hour, but then my focus was only for 10 minutes on him, and other time my mind was wandering about. So then that is not that length of remembrance. So it's like when you sat in the morning meditation, when you sat during the day while doing the traffic control timings, or maybe in the evening meditation, maybe before going to sleep at night, maybe while eating food or before eating food, while drinking water. Did we meditate? Did we remember Baba? And while doing that, whenever we sat in his remembrance, for how long was my intellect completely focused, only seeing Baba and none other? Only seeing myself as a soul and Baba with me, Baba giving me drishti, or talking with Baba, or experiencing, feeling Baba in all the activities that we were doing. How long my intellect was only and only visualizing myself as a soul and in companion with Baba. Maybe even while doing karma, maybe even while interacting with the other souls, was I focused on their soul in their forehead? While seeing them as souls, was I seeing along with Baba that Baba is also there with me? I'm in the company of Baba. It's an awareness that I'm not alone. Baba is with me. And we together are seeing others, interacting with other souls. So how long throughout the day did we really were able to visualize Baba with us? It could be while actions, it could be while sitting, consciously in meditation, anywhere, anytime. Just examine yourself. Well, whatever we examine to ourselves, let's make a note in our own mind for this. And for today, let's give a promise to Baba that yesterday was whatever the amount of time I was able to visualize. Today, we will double that time. And if not double, at least, some percentage we would improve upon. Say for yesterday, if it was 10 minutes and if we can do 20 minutes today, very good. And if not 20 minutes, at least 15 minutes today, that is also good. But let's promise that it should be more than yesterday. Yes? Okay, now let's come to the other point. The other point is, to what extent have I imbibed the divine virtues? Because as Baba told us, that we are children of Baba, and if we remember that, then we will stay like milk and sugar. The sugar dissolves completely into the milk, and the milk becomes very sweet. Right? And when the salt dissolves in the water, it's very sorry. So Baba is establishing a world where there is abundance of milk flowing. Okay? And there's so much of sweetness in everybody. What is that sweetness? How do I experience that sweetness in me? So check again. Let's again sit back and see ourselves detached from this body and see ourselves as a sweet soul of Baba. Today, every day Baba addresses us as sweet children. What is that sweetness? Feel that sweetness with Baba. Baba is the ocean of sweetness. So Baba is telling children that, child, you have to become like milk and sugar, dissolved together and very sweet. So when I see I am sweet, how do I feel about myself as sweetness? What is in that sweetness? Is as Baba said in the Murli today, there are nothing such type of words which will hurt anybody. Just to say something, we just tell anything? No. Sweetness will be very soothing words. Words full of compassion. Words that make us very light, not heavy. These words of appreciation from the bottom of the heart. Words of acceptance. Words of loveful feeling. And these words, all these words, when will they come out from our mouth? When it is in our thoughts, it's in our self-talk that we are really talking only that which is positive. We are talking with love, even with our own self. Because when we see others, and maybe we see some defect in others, that does not affect us much. But what is affecting more is, after seeing that defect, how are we talking to ourselves? So when I say I'm sweet, my talk with my own self is so sweet that I do not allow the effect of that defect of anybody else coming inside me. And in spite these eyes are seeing the defect, the inner eye, because it is very sweet, it is like sugar dissolving in the milk. And so it's very pure, very pure. And so my self-talk is that their original sanskar is also sweet. Everybody is child of my father, of our father, and so they are my brothers and sisters. It's okay. It's really okay, however they are now. I'm absolutely okay with them. And I only see their original sanskars of sweetness. So in this way, one after the other, each and every virtues, there's so many virtues because Baba wants us to make us deities. And the deities are called as 16 celestial qualities complete, So of course, these are only to name 16 qualities, but there are many, many qualities, many virtues. So if we take even the basic qualities of the soul, start with only the 7 qualities of the soul: knowledgeful, purity, peace, happiness, purity, love, bliss, power, and start only with these. And maybe, what we can do is every hour, let us become the embodiment of one virtue. Say, for example, now it's 7 o'clock. So 7 to 8, let's be the embodiment of the virtue of knowledge, that we are gaining knowledge from Baba, we are listening to Baba's knowledge, and we are becoming the embodiment of this knowledge. We are feeling that Baba is a son of knowledge and his rays of knowledge is coming, it's there upon, it's radiating upon us. And I'm churning Baba's knowledge. So I'm becoming a knowledgeful soul. And then maybe another 8 to 9, the next hour, we could be pure soul. I'm a very pure soul, and be in that consciousness and practice that. So examine every hour one quality. So first, let's make a list of all the qualities. What are the different qualities that we are going to imbibe? And then delegate one quality for every hour. So let's make, this, say at least 6, about how many? From 7 o'clock till night, 10 o'clock. So how many hours? 14 hours. And we need to become 16 celestial qualities complete. So the other 2 in the early morning hours, right? So make a list of 16 qualities that we have, 16 celestial qualities. I think Archana Ben can post those 16 qualities, celestial qualities to you all. And then let us churn on each quality with Baba for every 1 hour, one quality. In that way, we will start imbibing the divine virtues in us. Now, the next question that Baba is asking us to examine is, are there any defects in me? So when we are churning upon one quality each, automatically the opposite of that quality is the defect, right? So every hour, let's focus on that quality. And wherever we feel that, in which situation are we expressing the opposite of that quality, we visualize that situation and see to it that in that particular situation, we specifically practice this quality. Say, for example, when we are with our family members, dealing with them, right? And suddenly, you see that the other person is not doing whatever the task the other person is not doing, is doing, is not the way that you like it. And you feel that the other person should be doing it in a different way. So now this is being my defect of seeing, of being irritated by that other person's way of doing things, just because that other person is not doing as per my thinking or as per my belief system or as per my desire. So the defect is I'm getting irritated by seeing, that in that person, something which is not as per my desire. So what I do is, in that particular situation, I visualize what quality should I have. So maybe the quality of acceptance. So specify, visualize that particular situation where you're being irritated, and then convert that irritation into acceptance with the help of Baba. So how do I do it? I tell myself that I am a child of Baba, and we all are the children of Baba, and we all are like, in the garden of Baba, and there are all variety of flowers, and this is one of the variety, and it's a very nice variety. So it's not necessary that every flower should be looking same, but different flowers in a bouquet, they make a beautiful bouquet, isn't it? So I accept this another variety, another way of doing things. I accept it. And then in this way, I overcome my irritation, the defect of irritation, with the virtue of acceptance. Okay, the next is, are my food, drink, activity, and behavior royal? So while we are focusing on each virtue every hour, let us also see that whatever I'm doing is according to that virtue. Then it will become royal. Say, for example, when I'm eating the food and it is something very delicious, very tasty, and I eat more, then that is not being royal. So at that time, I need to practice a virtue of being contented, of being happy with whatever the food is there, and being grateful to Baba that it is from Baba's Bhandara. And I need not waste, because if I overeat, then it is going to be a waste in the body and it will produce illnesses and all that, right? So I cannot afford to waste it. And so I check myself while doing every activity, that is it as per the quality that I am imbibing? And then it will become royal, because whose child I am? A child of a king can't afford to beg, because that won't be royal thing. So throughout the day, in behavior with others, am I waiting for others to respect me? Am I waiting for others to give me love? And in my behavior, if I'm expecting all this from others, then I'm begging from others, and then I'm not being royal. So I need to check that whatever the virtue I'm, churning upon, I'm imbibing in myself, I need to give that virtue to others rather than expecting that virtue from others. And the second last is, do I talk about useless things? We have to be very careful. Sometimes, Baba says in the Murli that by saying also in a very lighter vein, when you say, Pagal hai kya? So that is also, Baba says, useless. That is also wastage of our thoughts and words. Maybe we are saying it in a very lighter vein, but yet Baba says it's not the sign of a royal child. So we have to check that our words not be useless. Whatever word we are speaking is the version of what Baba is teaching us. It's godly version that we speak. So every hour when we are imbibing the virtue, let's also focus upon like what words should we speak. It is said that do not speak unless and until you feel that you have something good to say, something positive to say. So when will those words become positive and the versions of Baba? When inside us we churn only Baba's Murli and churn only upon the virtues throughout the day. And lastly, very important thing, do I tell lies? Because sometimes, we take it as for granted that so much lie is allowed. We need to, because what will other think about myself? Say, for example, sometimes, we say that, yes, this is, if anybody asks you that, why did you come on time or something, you give a very good excuse so that they don't feel that, okay, that we are not just doing nothing, even we are very busy. And because to show that yourself that, we are involved in so many tasks, we just speak a lie and we say that, I have got so many activities, and so because of those activities, I am late. So in order to protect ourselves, we show off with telling that, I'm busy in so and so and thing, and that is telling a lie again. So such minute things of saying lies, sometimes we feel that this much lie we can say, but that is also then accumulating our karmic account, negative karmic account. So at least let us not tell lie to Baba, and let us not tell lie to our own self. Let us not deceive our own self throughout the day. Let us at least keep so much attention, because if we have attention on ourselves that I don't want to deceive myself, then I will never deceive others also. So throughout the day, Baba has given us a lot of homework to do, and we will practice, we will implement upon this homework itself. And we will stay like milk and sugar, accepting and going along with everybody. I was listening to one of Jayanti Didi's class yesterday, and she very nicely explained the practical example of her being with Janki Dadiji, because, since her childhood, she has been with Janki Dadiji, and she's so fortunate to have been able to get Janki Dadiji's sustenance every time. So she was sharing one of her very good example, of her own efforts and how Janki Dadiji sustained her. So she was sharing that once what happened, that she was having some irritation with some behavior of certain soul. Of course, that irritation did not come out in words or fighting or quarreling, but it was only in her mind that she used to feel irritated about the way that other soul was behaving or whatever. So she went and expressed her this irritation in front of Janki Dadiji. And she told Dadi, this is how I am feeling with that soul. So Dadi said, okay, we'll see whether we can change, the place of that soul and shift that soul to some other place. But then Janki Dadiji asked one question to Jayanti Didi, that would you be able to manage what that soul was doing? Whatever service that soul was doing, will you be able to manage the same thing in that soul's absence? And so Jayanti Didi was thinking that, that soul had a very good virtue. Immediately her attention went to the virtue of that soul, that how that soul was doing service with so much of great love, connecting all the other souls with Baba. And that was a very unique virtue that soul had. So Jayanti Didi started seeing that virtue of that soul as soon as Dadi asked this question to her. And she started seeing that virtue, and then she said to Dadi that, Dadi, no, because that is something, the virtue of that soul. And with Jayanti Didi felt that I need to imbibe in myself that virtue. Because although Jayanti Didi said that, I had that knowledge and I was doing yoga and everything, but that particular virtue with that soul was having, I thought I really need to imbibe it to a certain more percentage in me. So then when Janki Dadi, the way Janki Dadi's sustenance, so then Janki Dadi asked that, then is it okay if that soul is here, in this place itself? And so then Jayanti Didi understood. She said this, yes, now Dadi, I understand what you want to say. And so Jayanti Didi started working upon her own self, and started looking at the virtues of that soul. And she said that there was that acceptance, and then everything went on so fine later on that she said that I improved upon myself. So see, this is being so transparent and honest, senior sisters sharing their experiences of their efforts, that how they transformed themselves and, uplifted themselves, and how Janki Dadi ji actually sustained Jayanti Didi. So this was a really wonderful thing when I was listening to this. And it's like this acceptance of everybody is so important, because it's very easy to reject anybody and to say that, I can do this, I can do that. But to have everybody in a team and to do it with a team spirit, it is so nice feeling, isn't it? So let's implement Baba's versions today, throughout the day. And tomorrow I won't be able to be there in the morning because of some other appointments. So, well, whoever other sister will be there, you may share their experience, your experience with them about today's experience, what you had. But today I would like to listen to whatever time we have now from you all. What was your yesterday's experience? What was your day? How was your day yesterday? And what efforts did you really make? And anybody would like to share your experience of being with Baba and imbibing Baba's yesterday's Murli into practical, and would like to share your experience, or if you have any question, then it's now. The mic is over to you. Om Shanti. Yes? Anybody?
Yeah, Om Shanti sister, are you able to hear me?
Om Shanti, yes, please.
Yeah, sister, it's a wonderful experience, because every moment, when we listen to you and your love for Baba, that gets transformed into us, and it reflects in every action, and every words and every feelings, which we have for others. So it's really helping us to enrichen our life on a day-to-day basis, and I will start practicing it from today onwards on moment-to-moment basis, so that whatever moments I have been wasting, also gets encashed.
Great.
Thank you so much, and because you dedicate everything to Baba, so that's a big learning, and that makes all the difference. Because I was very impressed, looking at your profile and all, but the humility and uh, the love for Baba gets reflected in every word of yours. So really inspired by you and Baba anyway.
So it's thanks, Baba. It's Baba's blessings. And so I would like to listen to your experience also, that when you say that you are enriched, What is that experience which makes you feel that you're enriched? Apart from being inspired by us.
Yeah, it's like you know, it's like a lot of stability, lot of peace, lot of love.
For example,
For
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 example,
for for example, you know, whenever you interact, because during the day you interact with so many people on official level, on personal level, and they are in a different state of minds, you know, because they are into this world, looking at things, you know, which we know are not good, or which just adding to the problem.
mhm,
So we know the solutions, and so we take it, I take it with lot of stability, and give back a lot of peace and understanding in how they can contribute under these situations, rather than everybody talking on the terms, you know, which bring the whole humanity down. So I'm just you know, working on myself, that how I can uplift myself to contribute to Baba's cause, and helping others also to you know, contribute to that cause, to make themselves more peaceful and happy.
very nice. Congratulations and thanks, Baba.
Yeah, thank you. This is very touching, you know. Whenever I talk to you, you always thank Baba. It just touches me like anything.
So again, thanks, Baba, because I really feel that it is Baba who is working through us. We don't
Yeah,
have our own. It's any intellect, nothing. Na hamari koi buddhi hai, na shakti hai. It's Baba working through us.
yeah,
Baba, because if Baba wouldn't have been there, what would be our status? Just imagine for a moment, you know, Baba not there, and without Baba, where would have been? And it
yeah,
always elevated us so much.
yeah. But sometimes some naughty thoughts also come, in that sense that I say to myself, I don't want to become 24 karat gold. I just want to be an ornament and be 22 karat, you know, which is a jewelry. So I love jewelry that way. So I don't know. I know it's not a good way of thinking, but
Baba says,
that's
Tatatvam. It's
huh.
like whatever you think, Baba says Tatatvam. So if you go carrot, Baba will say Tatatvam. Your choice. Absolutely. Yes,
So
brother. Om Shanti.
Om
Anybody
Shanti.